Hello, Board Game Shenanigans here. So, the new Oathsworn Kickstarter is finally delivered, and I'm going to do an unboxing of all the new stuff that came out with the game, because I already had the original all in. I got the number 3097 and 3099 cartons, so I was at the bottom of the list for packing, but for shipping, it seems I've got it before most, because I've not seen anyone else cover this yet. So yeah, so Oathsworn is probably one of my favourite games after playing it last year. It is a very well-made design game. I enjoy all the combat of it. It's like they've spent a lot of time working on it and making sure all the mechanics work well together. And so they've come up with another campaign just to get it into more people's hands. But while they did that, they tweaked it slightly with the way the game has been played, like by changing some of the cards and the rule books. But they didn't really need that. It was actually quite good to begin with. So starters here, we've got the dice tray they've made. So I don't know if this is the full tray. How does this go together? But I'll get everything out of the box first and then go through each thing. So here we have the bags. So these bags replace the ones in the game that you use to store like the characters and dice and tokens and things like that. So these way you can store them when you're not playing the game or decide to put it away. Here we have the first Oathstone marker. Yeah, so that's, I don't know how it's supposed to be designed, but let's have a look. This is this replaces playing the main character on the story map, because before there was a you just bring in a character like one of your character minis like this and use this on the map, but this is to replace that. All right. Then we've got here we've got the new dice. So these are like more fancier versions of the normal dice that come in the game that you use for combat. And with the combat in the game, of course, there's two systems. You've got one where you're using the cards to draw dice, or use the dice instead. So the numbers, you can manipulate it in a way where you could use the cards or the dice, and for either monsters or characters, and that would be much easier for you to decide if you want the game, really, because it's a good system where, some people prefer dice, some people prefer cards, and you can manipulate it however you feel. If you want to do dice, or you want to do monsters as dice, you can do that, but it does suggest to use the cards for the monsters. So here's a sample of each one. They've got like a gold finish inside, got this like glittery colour inside of each dice as well. And just to compare to the actual originals, this is what the regular dice that come in the game look like. So you're getting a good fancier upgrade there, just a bit of an extra. I got it because I got everything anyway, but you could mix and match these. You could have different colour for different people playing. If you got two people, or you can put different colours for each character. You can change it up that way. Or you could use these exclusively as the critical. So in the game, you roll a critical when it does the brackets between the numbers, and you could roll these ones as criticals or something to differentiate, but play it however you feel, really, with those. They're just cosmetic, up to whoever plays to get them. So we've got these are to replace these dice are metallic, and they're to replace the ones that you use to track your health on your player board. So the 6-1-2-1 has got the logo on instead. And just to compare for those, the generic red dice are the ones that they use in the game. So these are already nice dice in general, like they look good, but these are another little upgrade just to spice it up a bit and show a bit more. Okay, I've got a load of cards here, and that's a lot of different packs to go through. So So these are all upgraded cards they've added to the game. So the Priest has got new cards, Huntress, the Witch, the Cur. I'll save that one because I've got the Cur to on hand. The Blade, Harbinger. These are some more ones to like NPCs and things. Got some changes to some allies again. And 3, that's a boss one, 13. So there's new boss cards. Another boss one, that's one of the last bosses that one will be, because 21, 7, Witch, and Mission 4, and goes through here how to set it up, so I won't mess it up myself. I'll make sure to read through that before I unpack these. So there's plenty to replace there. There must be some issues they've picked out as for people who've played it, but I never found any issues myself playing through. Right, yeah, so you could carry on playing with the normal ones, or you could change them with this to make it feel a bit better. Okay, so there's new character boards here at the bottom. That's a boss there. Well, good for spoiling, isn't it, when they pack it that way and you see a different boss you've never seen before. But never mind, that's what everyone's getting the upgrade's going to see, isn't it? Yeah, so cut this open. So this is like an extra new rulebook. I think the rulebook was already quite good. I don't think it needed a new book in general, but it seems they felt they need to upgrade it just to fix the few mistakes that existed, really. Yeah, so I'm going to try and flip these over so I don't see them and not put them on camera because people might not want to see. So you're getting new cards for the bosses here for these specific quests. So they're all quite late in the game. I think maybe a lot of people didn't get through, well, some for Mission 3. I can show the Mission 3 one simply because that is not a spoiler. So the worm is like the key boss that you show at the front demo for the campaign. And it's number 3. And I don't know if there's repeats in the campaign. I've not played through the whole thing, but bit weird how they showed off one of the bosses that are like in the middle of the game. That's a bit of a spoiler, but that's what they got. And then there's the priest has been changed up a bit as well. So you get another version of the priest. I'll compare the two. And what the extra value of extra pages here, stickers to go over the existing encounter book, it seems. So yeah, you put these over, it seems. You must change the rules, what you do. Yeah, so they must have some issues with the encounter book, and that's for those. Yeah, and then they've got new books, new rule book, and a new encounter rule book, which probably just errata changes a bit, so that's for that. And the last thing in the box, we've got the new secret box, which is for this campaign. They had a secret box in the first one. This is a new version with something else new in it. Alright. So, move the box out of the way. Just grab the Curse cards, just as a quick comparison here. So, Throwing Daggers, the old version is in the sleeve. New version's here. So, this is one of his starting cards, and they've changed it to cost 1 less Animus when you're playing the game. Doesn't seem like there's any other major changes to this one, so perhaps that was just a bit too high for this type of attack, and they thought make it a bit easier. I've also got the other one, which is the level 15 card, Shadow Run. And this one again, it's been decreased by 1 cost for the new version. And there'll probably be similar differences like that for most of the cards in the game. And in the pack that I picked up, there was a lot more of these companion cards in that one pack I've opened so far. But yeah, so I could open all of them, but right now I'll just get it a bit organised and show them off after. Okay. So for the dice tray, you lift it up and clip in the corners to get it to fit into the square. And there we go. And then you have a dice tray ready, and you can just grab a handful and toss them in, and they fly off the table. So it's a bit bouncy. So well, it works okay. Fits the dice in. Doesn't make a loud noise when you drop them in. So yeah, it looks good. As for the cloth bags, you've got a small blue one to put like small items in, maybe your inventory, and then you have individual ones for each character to put in cards and things like that. So we can just one for each character, so they're all very similar, which with each character's name on. So let's grab through and see if the cards fit in. You have your free company bag as well, which is like your save bag for everyone. And then you go through them all. You have one for each character. So it's 13 black bags. And we have the curse. So let's try putting some of his cards in the bag and see how it fits with sleeves. So they go in. Yeah, you can fit in the cards there. Can you tighten it up? Yeah, they're not bending the cards or anything there. They fit in quite well. There's a bit of a centimetre and a half at the top there to stop it from bending the cards, so fits okay. And then lastly is the red bag here, the massive one. This one's good for your dice, to throw in all the dice and then you can just reach in and grab what you need. So yeah, then they're nice enough bags. They've got a nice, you know, feeling to them really. This doesn't feel like it'll scratch off. There's nothing coming off on my hand, so yeah, feels good. To show a bit of the new rulebook, they have not much changes you'll be able to notice, I'm sure, going through this. So kind of lists off all the same as before. I think the rulebook was already good, so it's just minor tweaks here or there for both of these rulebooks. But they decided not to reprint the Encounter rulebook because that's got stickers to add in, which I'm not sure if I'll add in to the book. I might just put those at those pages and you can flick through and find them. Yeah, so that's not much there for those. I won't go through all the cards simply because these ones will all be spoilers anyway, so don't want to focus on those too much anyway. And then the characters, well, they did do on the campaign going through each character's changes, so you can find that information already. And if you get the new edition anyway, you'll have all these included. So it's really for people who, you know, if you didn't get the upgrade, then pick it up on their online store to get that. Yeah, so the last thing will be to look at the secret box. So if you don't want to see it, I'd shut off the video now because I'm going to unbox it here and see what it is. So, okay, you have been warned while I open this. Okay, it's open, so spoilers over. I'm opening it. If I can. There we go. Here we go. It is a painted statue of one of the characters from the game. Looks okay. Kind of goes with, well, I won't say. Yeah, so it's fully painted. Which character is this in particular? I'm not, top of my head, I'm not too sure. because, you know, for me it's still grey. I haven't painted it, so yeah, I assume it's the warden, or not. I don't think it's the priest. No, I think it's the warden. So yeah, in a black painted armor, looks very nice. It's got detail on his cape as well. So yeah, if you want to be spicy, put this in the board and fight the monster this way with a giant giant statue, pretty much. Yeah, that's about it for that. Don't think there's anything I didn't show in detail, but you know, still got the markers, pretty decent to use instead of a normal character mini. The bags were good. I think the bags were good quality. Upgrade cards, good to change it up, change things, see how they go, and see if they do improve the game or not. Have to check against the characters I use. I do use the Exile. I've played with that. Some of these I've not used though, because you know, you're playing the campaign, you pick 4 characters and the other 8 are being unused, so it's up to the second playthrough to see if other characters are good. Yeah, the dice were good, the dice tray was good. Overall, happy with what I've got. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see any more videos about Oathsworn, please leave suggestions in the comments. Please like and subscribe. Bye.